In this video, we're going to look at a few less common note values. We're going to start with our dots. So a dot beside a note, not on top or below because that's a staccato, but beside a note, a dot adds on half the note's value again. So this one is 1.5. If we take a semiquaver or a 16th note and add a dot to that, it would have been a quarter. A half of a quarter is an eighth. So it ends up as 3/8. Now, there is such a thing as a double dot. It doesn't come up that often, but when it does, you need to know what it means. So if we go back to our crotchet or quarter note and add 2 dots, I'm spacing them out to give us room to think, we need to add up the equation. So the note on its own is 1. The first dot is half of 1, which is a half. And the second dot is half of the dot, so that's a quarter. So that makes this note 1 3/4. So the first dot is half of this, the second dot is half of the dot, or a quarter of the note, whichever you prefer, and therefore you add them all together to get the total value. A few more notes then. If we add an extra tail, we again make this shorter. So if this was a quarter, this is going to be an eighth. In some parts of the world, we call this a demi-semiquaver. And in other parts, we'll call it a 32nd. The rest works similarly. So if you looked at this rest you've seen before, just add an extra one of those little squiggles and you get the equivalent rest. Finally, this one gets asked about a lot on this side of the world where we say the word semibreve, because we ask, what's a breve? In North America, this is called a double whole note. So either breve or double whole note. It has these 2 lines either side and is going to be double the length of a whole note or a semibreve, and that is 8 beats. So as I said, those come up a little bit less often, but you will start to see them cropping up as you move into intermediate repertoire, so it's important to know them.